Well, I'm a breakfast eater, so we had about a 40-mile ride up to Natchez, Mississippi, and I said, hey, I've got to get some breakfast. So welcome to Deep South Life 101. I'm Joe.
And I'm Linda.
And we are from southern Mississippi. And today we're going to talk a little bit about our trip to Arkansas. This kind of came about. This is our 45th wedding anniversary. So I had planned a fishing trip with a buddy of mine, and he had one of his friends, a friend of mine too, who wanted to fish in our lake. And we had it planned, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago to go, and something came up. We had, I think, an activity with one of the children at school or something.
Right.
So I had to cancel. And so he asked me, could we go April the 16th? And I knew that was the anniversary, and I said, well, let me check, and I will get back with you. So I talked to my wife, and she said, hey, that's fine. You know, we didn't have any plans. We normally have plans for our anniversary.
Right.
So,
I was totally okay with it. I really did not mind, because this year we already had a couple of, we already went out of town earlier for a funeral, but ended up making a trip and a couple other things, and we knew we had a couple of things later on planned.
Right.
So it's a lot of going. It seemed like all at one time, and a lot going on, even at home.
So anyway, that morning, April the 16th, again, our 45th wedding anniversary, I asked my wife.
5 years from 50.
5 years from 50, yep. I asked my wife, what's wrong? She seemed like, I don't know, she just didn't seem 100% happy.
I really was.
And she probably was, but I could just kind of tell something was on her mind. And she said, well, you know, we've always done something for our anniversary. So guys, what does that mean?
That means he spoiled me. That's what that means.
That
he has spoiled me.
She's worth spoiling. But anyway, so I said, well, after we go fishing, why don't we do something that you've always wanted to do? And what is that?
We're going to go, we were going to Arkansas, and we had talked about that, but normally we go to Arkansas with our motorcycle, so we had to come up with something different. When I was younger, I went to the Diamond Crater State Park with my family, and I vaguely remember it, but I always wanted to go back. And every time we were here, we're normally in North Arkansas, and normally in a hurry or doing something else, and so we can't do it. So we decided that we'd go to the Diamond State Park. Crater Diamond, what is it?
Crater of Diamond State Park.
State Park. Yeah, so that's where we're heading for one night anyway. And tomorrow we're going to go and dig. Now, Joe told me last night, he said, have you looked up to see what all we need to bring? Do we need shovels and boots? And he's trying to name all this stuff. And I thought to myself, I have not really thought about that. And at 12 o'clock, I'm looking it up, and I'm thinking, oh, okay. And then we get to look at these muddy videos, and so, yes, we did pack all that. So, I don't know. We'll see how long everything works out tomorrow.
But you can rent everything you need. You can rent a well, I don't know about a wheelbarrow.
Yes,
I know they had a wagon, wheelbarrow.
No, a wagon, that's it.
And you rent shovels. You can rent the different size screens to sift through the rock and the mud and clay. And they have water there on site. But anyway, so we've never done it. Kind of a funny story. I've always wanted or wished when I was younger I could find a gold mine, a diamond mine, some sort of mine in southern Mississippi. It doesn't exist. You know, I always kind of want to find a cave. It doesn't exist where we are. I think you have to have rocks and mountains, and we're in a rolling area, but we're more, our soil is more of a loamy type, sandy loamy, and we don't really have rocks there. We have a lot of gravel, but not rocks. So anyway, that's where we're headed. We're probably about an hour and a half from our campground, Crater to Lake State Park, where we're going to be camping. Actually, the same place we'll be digging. So we're going to get in here in about an hour and a half, get our camper set up, and guys, we'll show you what's going on. We'll bring you in on what's going to happen tomorrow, because that's when we plan on doing our digging. So until then, we'll pick it back up tomorrow.
Yes.
All righty, over and out for now.
Over and out. All right, that worked. Okay, here we are. We're at Crater Diamond State Park, and we're actually here before midnight. Not really. So I just gotta do a little back and in the spot. You told me to get here, but I really don't notice. So he's taking it there, and he's gonna back it in right here. I gotta get where he can see me. You gotta see where he can see me in the mirror. There he goes. Okay, he's doing good. I think he's got a backup camera now, so I don't hardly need me except for this part down here to watch the slides and the steps. And I'm gonna tell you, keep on coming back, keep on coming back, keep on coming back. Whatever. Come on back a little bit more. Here we go. There's our electricity and our sewer. Hey, Joe, there's the sewer, electricity, and water. And we got to watch the slide. I think you're going to have to go up a little bit.
All right, we got backed into our site without any problem. It's a pretty nice setup here at Crater of Diamond State Park on this particular one. So what I'm about to do, I'm supposed to unlock my lock and go ahead and unhook from my camper. So it just takes a few minutes. Then I just recorded, how we unhook. It's a pretty simple process. This bumper pull trailer, folks, it's really easy to connect and disconnect. I mean, you got an electric tongue jack, and in a minute you'll see I installed a couple little levelers to the frame here, so it works really nice. So when I first back up, if I'm off to the left or right, obviously I have some lightweight leveling pads I keep in the camper, or in the camper there. And I'll put them in front of the wheel if I need to, pull one side up or not. And as far as front and back, we'll pull the truck up, and I just watch my leveling glass there and I'll level it out. But we're hoping tomorrow to go out and dig for diamonds. A little history. This particular ground was sold to, I guess, the state of Arkansas or whatever division of Arkansas, and Bill Clinton actually had it surveyed to see if it would be, productive as a commercial diamond mine, and I think they determined that it really wasn't enough for commercially to turn over to that, but they decided to open it up to the public for a fee. You can come up here and dig and sift out diamonds for yourself. And we're hoping to do that in the morning. We're hoping we got set up early today. We got set up before dark. Unfortunately, sometimes we do get in a little late, but I'm finding it's a lot easier to get in when it's still daylight. And that's what everybody tells you. All your campers, your RVers tell you, hey, get set up before dark. Guys, I installed this keyless entryway here, this door lock, and it really works nice most of the time, but for whatever reason, sometimes you put in the code and it won't open. I don't know why, but sometimes it does that. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up everything out here. I think Linda's going to go inside in a minute and just kind of sweep the floor off with our rugs down. I'm just hooking up the drain, and I think I've got the water already hooked up. And again, hopefully tomorrow we're going to try to dig for some diamonds. So we'll see what happens here. All right, Linda's just sweeping the floor, and I don't know, she may mop it here in a minute, but we always like to try to keep it clean before we throw down the rugs. We've got 2 really nice plush rugs we'll throw down once we let the slide out. And but anyway, we just kind of constantly keep it clean, so she does a good job with that. And in a minute, I think she's going to step outside and start cooking us some supper. We do most of the cooking outside just because we got a little 110 griddle that looks really nice. See what my wife is doing for our anniversary week. She is cooking us some delicious fish. Had some fries in the fryer, and of course we're outside cooking. We find it's when we're camping, it's just, if weather's nice, it's better to cook outside, especially frying, because it doesn't heat up the camper or scent the camper up with, food smell. But anyway, this is supposed to be some good eating in just a second.
It is.
Well, camping's rough. My wife, actually, she went outside. It's raining, but we let out the awning, and we got a griddle, and she went out there and
I videoed it. I'll show you.
fried some eggs, some pancakes, and bacon, and so we're about getting ready to enjoy a good meal. And Stuffy, our dog, is just going to sit there and watch. He's no problem at all. Old Stuffy there. Well, again, it ended up raining, so we decided to go ahead and pull up stakes and head to Daisy State Park, which is on a beautiful lake up here, and we'll say more about that in a little while.
A lot of them are reserved, though. That was the
truck is sticking out with the nose or teeth. Some of them we couldn't fit in
because remember, we looked at this one right up here by the bathroom. I think it was this one. I think it was that one right there.
It was.
I'm glad we didn't pick that one. Yeah, it would have been. I think we're right over there on that corner. $25. Yeah, that's us. Okay, Joe's over here digging. I don't know about all this, but he's digging anyway, and we're trying. And we watched some other YouTube people that said, go to the edges, look where the big rocks are. And also, we're trying to stay away from the people. We had a rain yesterday, and boy, this place is muddy. Now, right here is a little bit better. We're just looking to see if we see anything that may have come off. It shows digging. But I don't know. It's an experience. I think that's what you say. But anyway. Oh, I don't know why I did that. All right, so basically what we're doing, we are panning for diamonds, and I'm going to show you. But the way you do it on the final process, the way you shake it, the heavier rock, whatever it may be, whatever kind of rock, diamond or whatever, ends up in the middle. And so you take that out, let it dry in the sun, and you can see what you have. And this is my helper today. Look at that girl go. I like rocks anyway.
She loves rocks.
I'm a rock collector.
She's a rock collector.
A rock nerd,
so
whatever.
If we find a diamond, that'll be cool.
That's right.
All righty. Well, this is just a video of us digging. Really, we don't have a clue what we're doing. We did watch, they put on a little program. They've got a video up there when you first come in to show you. If you want to sit, it gives you some pointers. And there's a really nice young lady that showed us how to sift them and wash them. And told us, what we should do to look for them. And I tell you, it's not exactly like you think. They just don't. They don't just sparkle exactly like you think. They look more like kind of maybe a shiny Tootsie Roll wrapper color because they're dirty. I mean, they're in the dirt and the mud, and so it's not like you just see a beautiful sparkling diamond. And you do find some crystal here, and I also, we find some quartz. So when we're washing it, you'll see that the little heavier rocks, a little technique you do from side to side and rotate your little screens from side to side, and the heavier stones, whether it be rock, crystal, quartz, whatever, kind of go to the middle and the bottom. So you flip it over, and then we would take a little scoop and scoop that little shinier stuff out. We ended up taking actually about a half a gallon home with us. And I would say we ended up with some more or less diamond dust, maybe some teeny little diamonds, some crystal, and probably a little quartz. But it was fun. For whatever reason, we seem to have found more shiny stuff, and like I said, we don't know what it is yet because we're just digging here. But over here on the edge, just kind of lightly digging on the surface, we seem to have found more shiny stuff. And fast forwarding a little bit, y'all, we're home now and I'm editing this video. We probably found more or less some diamond dust. Really, I don't think we found any diamonds, so to speak of, other than some teeny little ones, and some crystal and some quartz. But hey, it's been fun. She's actually put them in a rock tumbler and going to put them in a jar for display. So we ended up actually washing about 6 5-gallon buckets of what we dug up. Now, when I say 6 of them, we probably only had them about half full because you have to carry them from wherever you dig all the way to the wash station. If you look back over there in the back right there, that is a wash station. So we were actually having to carry them all the way over there. And so out of all of those 6 buckets, we ended up with about a half a gallon of actual stuff that was shiny, that looked good. And, moving forward here, basically, again, like I already said, it was probably more diamond dust, some quartz, and my wife is putting them in fact, they're in the rock tumbler right now, and she's going to take that half a gallon, clean it up good, whatever turns out good in her rock tumbler, she's going to put them in a glass jar for display. So overall, it was fun. We enjoyed it. And guys, if you like this kind of content, we're just trying to come up with things we do, our lifestyle here in the Deep South. Please like, please share. If you have not subscribed, subscribe and support our channel. Comment, let us know if we need to do anything different. Hey, we're just kind of learning, trying to figure out what to do, and we are open to suggestions. So again, thank you for watching, and guys, wishing you the best.
I knew I was at one time where it was a lot of crystal. When I was seeing all the crystals, and I thought, well, it could be something else too, though.
This is Daisy State Park, and this is a view from the little peninsula where we're camping. And actually, that's our setup down there. I think we're 25, I think, yeah. It's pretty nice. You got a place to dump your garbage there. Very convenient located. The bathhouse if you need it. Of course, we have full facilities in our camper, thank goodness. But hey, very nice setup here. Clean facilities, well maintained, quiet. The lake we're staying on, y'all, is an absolute beautiful view.
Yes.
I think it's 7,260 surface acres of water, so it's a very sizable lake. And I may throw in a picture of the whole lake, an aerial map picture of, just kind of get an idea how big this thing is.
And it's known, I think it has a river. I forgot what river it is. I don't know if you looked it up.
I did not.
That feeds into it, and you trout fish up there. And then it's known for its largemouth bass here, which we did not fish. But we didn't get a license. We were doing other things.
Well, we didn't bring a boat because we pulled our camper too. So really, we didn't come to fish.
But it does. It's supposed to have some really good fishing in it.
But anyway, we want to kind of show you guys a little bit of a view here, and as we walk around here. So this is where our camper is, and
this site, like you said already, 25. So if you're looking to ever stay here when we post this, 25 is a beautiful place. 25, 24, 23, any of these are really pretty in this little cove. I'd read, what did I read?
24 is really nice beside us.
Yeah.
Probably a little more private.
This is nice.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's beautiful. I tell you, we're very fortunate. The temperature has been wonderful. Man, we're blessed to have this temperature. Y'all, in the south, it gets so hot so often. And I think right now we're probably in the 60s and it feels great. And tonight, actually, we're going to build a fire. I'm going to show you in a second. So Linda and I gathered some firewood here. If you'll look over here just a second, we've gathered some firewood. And what we're going to do, we're going to let it burn down to some coals. I'm going to flip that grate over on top. We're going to cook our steaks out there tonight over that open flame fire over the coals. And so we're looking forward to that. And anyway, also we did stay at Crater of Diamonds State Park the first night, and we today was our day that we did go, and we did.
Because it rained yesterday.
We would have gone yesterday, but it did rain. So actually, today we went over there and we did. We panned for diamonds. We don't know really what we found. We have
a bucket or something.
Yeah, we probably washed about 5 buckets, maybe 6 buckets, 5-gallon buckets, and we've got it down to one smaller bucket, maybe about a half a gallon of rocks. And
I think some people bring home more and some people bring home less. I told him we could have picked up a diamond and thrown it, and I'm sure a lot of people do because we're not professional, even though we listen to the lady and everything. But anyway,
they don't look exactly like you think, but we have some stuff that we did wash. Like I said, we've got about a half a gallon of wash rock that potentially could be something. When we get home, we're going to clean it up real good and let it dry in the sun and see if it'll sparkle and go from there. We probably got some crystal in there, but you never know, we may have a little speck of diamond or two. But anyway, we'll give you a little more a little later on in the video, but we just want to show you some pictures of our lake we're staying on here and how pretty it is. And hey, if you're ever in Arkansas, this is a beautiful place through here.
It really is.
Lower end of the Ozarks, they're beautiful mountains.
I think it's, about an hour from Hot Springs?
Yeah, you're only an hour and about 10 minutes from Hot Springs, so a lot of activities there.
And if you ride motorcycles, this road.
Oh, beautiful motorcycle
road. We had not ridden on our motorcycle this end before, but we may.
Yeah, we've taken several motorbikes. In fact, it's a day ride for us on our motorbike from southern Mississippi. But we've hauled it and we've ridden it all the way. The weather was rainy this time, and I'm going to eventually rig up probably a light aluminum trailer to go behind my camper trailer, because we really do enjoy riding our Harley. But anyway, guys, we'll share a little more with you guys later. Okay, we gathered up some firewood and we're going to let it burn down to the coals. And then once it burns down, we're going to flip that grate over on top of it, and we're going to throw some steaks on that thing. So we'll post a little bit more of that to come down the road here in just a little bit. Okay, here's that picture of Lake Greeson. It is 7,060 plus or minus acres, but I just thought I would throw this picture in to show you what it looked like. Well, I got the campfire going.
That feels good.
Feels nice. Like I say, it's probably right at 60, if not a little lower.
Yeah.
And so I turned the grate over on top of the coals. What'd you say?
I thought it said 51 on my watch. It says 69, 68.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a very nice little breeze. So we're gonna drop some steak and hamburger out here on this before long. And that will be our supper for tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that grate get good and hot before I drop those.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm supposed to spray some Pam on there. So I want to do that in just a second. You can go get your steak.
Okay. And I'm gonna I got my hamburger, and my hamburger's gonna take a little bit longer than your steak, because you know I like it well done. Whoa.
Alright, I got the coals nice and hot, so I threw on a baked potato down in the coals, and we wrapped it in aluminum foil. It's a pretty big potato. Got a couple steaks there with lots of butter on it. And Linda is getting her hamburger ready. She's going to bring it out in a minute. But anyway, this is just a little video of us cooking. Nothing special here, but just showing you what we're doing. The potato, I think she had already actually had it in the oven, so I was just kind of heating it back up a little bit in these coals. And I tell you what, it's been a very enjoyable trip, and folks, the weather, you see, she's got on sleeves, I don't, because I like the cooler weather, but boy, the temperature has been wonderful here. We've actually, in southern Mississippi, now we're in Arkansas now, we're camped on Lake Greeson, but I'm going to tell you, we have actually had a wonderful spring this year. Normally we go to a little cold and just straight on in the hot for the fall also, but boy, it has been nice this year, and we have really enjoyed our temperatures. So we just caught a little video of the sun setting, thought it was beautiful over the water. And this is just one little finger of this lake, guys. We're standing on a little peninsula here, a little point. Like I say, this lake is over 7,000 acres, and it is absolutely beautiful. We just thought you'd enjoy this little video of the sun setting. Guys, well, we're on our way back home. I think we're only about an hour and a half from home right now. It's been a fun trip. We left, what, Friday morning?
We left Friday morning. We were shooting for 7, or we were shooting for, I think we left at 7. We were shooting for a little bit earlier, but I think
Anyway, it was only about a 6.5 hour drive. We actually went to the Crater of Diamond State Park in Arkansas. We stayed the first night there, and then from there we went on up to Daisy State Park, which was located right there in a little community called Daisy. But
Lake Greeson.
Lake Greeson. A little quick review of both parks. Both parks are really nice. Like I said, we only stayed one night at Crater of the Diamonds,
right,
and it rained on us, so we didn't get to search for diamonds the following day. However, when we moved up to the next park about 30 miles away, we drove back down.
And we were very glad that we had decided to stay. We didn't know where we were going to go. Matter of fact, when we got the Crater Diamonds, they only had one night open, and so we got that one, and then we were going to go on up into the
hookups at the second campground, but we ended up having water, electrical, 30 amp electrical, but it didn't have sewer, but they did have a dump station. We were only there 2 nights, so we had enough capacity for for our tanks, our holding tanks, and we dumped this morning on our way back out. But I tell you what, the bathrooms were very clean. If you want to use their restrooms, they were clean. The park was well maintained. Both parks were nice, quad, felt very secure and safe. In fact, I would recommend them for anybody. They had different sizes. I noticed one of the RV sites there, going in, a lot of the sites were small. I guess for sprinter vans and these state parks built a long time ago really didn't have the size of RVs we have today. Now we're just pulling a 31-foot camper trailer, but then you got to add the length of your truck, so it ends up making it 50-some foot long. But we can always unhook, put our truck sideways.
Like we pulled up at Greeson, at Daisy, you were like, oh no, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But they did. They had enough room for.
Yeah, they had some more further down in there. Had some bigger sites.
Very nice. A little patio with a picnic table and fire pit and all that. It was all really nice.
Yeah, both facilities were very nice. And so anyway, guys, I don't know how far you are from Arkansas, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Again, they're about an hour and 15 minutes away from Hot Springs, so there's a lot to do there.
Southwest.
A lot to do. It is kind of, I guess, in the mid to western part of.
I'd say southwest.
Okay, of Arkansas, kind of along a smaller beginning of the Ozark mountain ranges. So it was kind of rolling mountainous-like. And it was actually fun digging for diamonds. The weather was nice. It wasn't hot and miserable.
I can't imagine going in the middle of summertime.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
I would imagine it really hot.
And anyway, a little something I want to bring to y'all, which we'll probably post a video on it. But I met a guy there while we were at the last campground, and he had a travel trailer about the same size of ours, just 31 foot. And he had a diesel truck where I'm pulling with a Ford F-250 diesel. And a 31-foot travel trailer, and he was pulling his bass boat behind his. He had bought this hitch and installed on his bumper, and he was pulling his bass boat. He said he's been doing that for years. So we looked up online, and we're going to actually get a receiver hitch for our camper, and we're going to mount it to the bumper, and then we're going to also attach it with some braces to the frame, because we're going to start bringing our Harley with us. We both love riding. And usually when we travel, we usually bring our bike somewhere, because we used to go with a truck camper. But anyway, I'll show a video on that. We're going to order us a hitch, a receiver hitch for RV. I sell aluminum trailers in one of my businesses, so I've got a lightweight all aluminum trailer that only weighs 500 pounds. It's rated for 3,500 pound capacity with a folding tailgate and 15-inch, I think it's 14-inch wheels. And so I've got a bigger Harley, a Road Glide Ultra. I am going to mount a tire mount on that trailer, to lock my bite in. And I'm going to get that receiver and put on that travel trailer. And we're going to start hauling our Harley behind our travel trailer.
We're pretty excited about that, because we've been talking about different ways of doing it, and I don't drive it, I don't pull the trailer either, I don't pull the camper. It's just
we used to have a truck camper. I think y'all may see one video or 2 videos, older videos, if y'all want to go back and look at those. But we used to pull a truck camper, and I had an extension made for my receiver hitch, because we had built an aluminum landing on the back of the truck camper. And I have a 10-foot V-nose cargo trailer that I hauled my Harley in. But I'm not going to pull the V-nose. It's a little heavier, and I think just an open trailer will lock it down on that, just for weight reasons, and it'll be fine. We're going to buy a motorcycle cover probably when we're traveling. But that video's to come. Guys, thank you for watching. Hey, if you want to see more of this content, please like our video. Let us know. Just tell us in comments what we need to do better or change, or what you'd like to see. Share our videos, because we want to build this channel. So I want to encourage you, please like, subscribe, and share, and let us know. Give us your opinions. We don't mind whether it's good or bad or ugly. You're not going to hurt our feelings. Just tell us, because we want to do this so people can enjoy our journey.
Right.
Thank you for watching, and
give us a comment, tell us something.
right, more to come, guys. Over and out.